Welcome back, everybody. This is Robert's Corner. Anybody can draw because anybody can draw. Start with a simple line. Follow along. I promise you this will be fun. We're going to come off of this line. Just going to make us a little circle type deal. And anybody who actually personally knows me will know where I'm referencing this from. We're going to come off with a slightly smaller one towards the top here. Slightly smaller. Well, I guess that's probably about the same size. It doesn't matter. We're doing cool stuff today. And then a kind of smaller one. Now this one absolutely has to be smaller. Okay, so I have my three circles. This one should be a little bit bigger. If we get a wild hair, we can get that, we'll get that panned out. But what we're gonna do is you have the makings of a snowman. We're gonna do a winter scene, which is very cool. And this is a snowdrift. Doesn't have to be anything miraculous, special, just some lines that show you where the drifts are. Maybe way back in the background we got another one. Maybe we can have a hill coming off of that too. The hill kind of goes up. Okay, so we got a little bit of background stuff in there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start making the little details on our snowman. Snowmen have thin stick arms. He's gonna be just like that with his thin stick arm. Notice how his arm is sitting in front of the hill, so I needed to take out that line. Make sure that it's sitting in front of the hill. Perspective is important when you do this stuff. And we'll give him another stick line. You want to make sure you have about the same dimensions on the other side. Oftentimes people are pretty similar from side to side, or things are pretty similar from side to side. And he's not going to have like big stick fingers or anything. We're just going to give him some big old fluffy mittens. He's got his fluffy mittens. Yeah, can kind of start to see what we're doing. And he needs a couple pieces of coal. If you want to, you can shade them in, or you can wait to the end to shade everything in. It's your picture, it's your design. You can do whatever you like. I'm just going to shade them in. Nothing fancy. Okay, up here. Now remember, we talked about a little bit about perspective, but he's going to be looking up. So we're going to make his eyes towards the upper part of his head, and you'll start to see this come together. We need to make a pathway for his nose, which is going to be a carrot. Got a carrot nose. And then he should have some kind of coal mouth. Little smile maybe. And then he should have a hat and a scarf. So let's say the brim of his hat is going to start right here. This is the brim of his hat. It's going around. It's going to be a break for his nose. You just take it around, and he needs a small top to the hat right there. Okay, so we can see he's got a hat on. Now we're gonna just do some cool stuff here. We're gonna give him a scarf. And scarves, they're made of cloth, so they're not going to have perfectly straight edges, and they tend to flow in the wind or a snowstorm, like our man Snowy here. And we had to tie the scarf off somewhere, so there is going to be his little ties for his scarf. And another thing I think might be pretty cool is if we give it a little bit of life. We just give him a little bit of striping in that scarf. And remember, scarves flow, so not all the stripes are going to be going the exact same direction. In fact, you can do some pretty cool stuff here. Have that stripe coming down that way. Maybe this stripe has a little hiccup in it because it's following the pattern. Man, these leads, I think I might be pushing a little too hard. Anyways, I think you guys get the idea for that. All right, so we have a cute little snowman. It's got a winter backdrop. One thing I think would be really cool would be if he had a couple snowflakes. Couple different designs you can do for snowflakes. There's all kinds of things you can do. Really simple one. Circle. Doot, 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 doot. Come out that. Come out. There's a snowflake. You can do a traditional doot, 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 doot. Some little dots. Maybe some soft X's. Ooh, how about that for a snowflake? That. I hope you can see that. That's kind of a cool snowflake there. Okay. So, if you want to do some shading, you can do that. This is just meant just to maybe help guide somebody. Do some simple, cute designs. Doesn't take a whole lot of talent to do this. In fact, it just takes practice. You can add all kinds of cool little details in here if you wanted. And if, let's say we add some details and we end up not liking them because maybe that's not quite the look that we want going for his hat. So we just go in there. We did some real light pencil, so it's easy to erase. If we wanted to get in there with some colored pencils, I'd probably recommend using some light blues in this scenario because you're talking about the winter weather. A lot of times the sky kind of has this beautiful bluish soft tint reflecting on the reflective snow on the ground. Let's do we'll do a little bit of shading on him. And we'll color that in. A little bit of shading. Just to make his gloves kind of stand out a little bit. Okay, down here. Let's kind of flush him out so he looks a little fatter down towards his chub. It doesn't have to be anything. Yeah, you get in here and fix pictures. This is what erasers are for. We'll just do some real light work on this. Just kind of give you an idea. So if I'm a betting man, because I do want to talk about where your source of light is coming from. If you were a betting man, where would you say the source of light is coming from on this picture? Throw a comment in there. Tell me where you think the source of light is coming from, and maybe you win something cool. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. You really don't have to have much to make decent doodles. The more you practice, the better you get, and it's just so much fun doing it, honestly. It's a lot of fun. So, once your picture is complete, very important, all you aspiring artists, you sign your name to it. And there you go. Robber's Corner, there is your snowman picture. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Have a wonderful day and keep doodling.